안녕하세요, gentlemen. Quil-Chan. Welcome back to another video. So today you will not be seeing my face for very long because I'm doing a voiceover because I have decided that I want to draw for you today. This is not a tutorial. This is not how to do anything. No, this is me talking about things that people here on the internet need to understand. And I know I'm not a big channel, I'm not a big platform, but it matters to me and I'm going to speak on it. I've decided that I'm going to do that from now on and speak on the things that matter to me most. Like the way that people speak on the internet, and that's going to be what this is about. How to properly direct one's internet speech. And you will hear a word. And you will also be reading a word. The word is what is the word? Hold on. Give me 1 second. The word is accidentesiest. And what is an accidentesiest? Well, an accidentesiest is a person who fakes a smile or when all they want to do is cry or die or all of the above. And today I will be telling you a little bit about why this is so important to me. So without further ado, let's get into the video so you can start looking at these hands. And yes, my nails are busted, crusted, dusted, and musted in this video, in that video too. So, bye-bye.
Hey guys, it's Voiceover Girls and my little spider friend. I'm gonna get him off the paper real quick. Please don't talk about my jinky nails. Today I will be doing a bit of a drawing for you guys. All of my references are off screen on my computer and my tablet, as well as a couple other things. Today I will be talking about a few things. First, I will be talking about how this drawing is made and what I did to achieve this drawing. Second, I will be talking about accident. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Accidentitis. That's probably not how it's pronounced, but I'm going to pronounce it like that. And then I'm going to talk about how computer etiquette works. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this drawing was done mostly in pencil for the initial sketch, and then I went to fountain pen for the line art. And what you will see later in this is I didn't let it dry enough and it smudges, and I try and fix it with a watercolor brush and some white ink. That doesn't really work, and I let it dry. All of my references are off camera, like I said, and around here is when I started to get flabbergasted on what I wanted their hair to look like, and if I wanted their shirts to have any details. As of right now, I'm recording this audio at 4 a.m. because I can't get to sleep. So, in a minute, you'll see me pull up my mouse, and that is me getting out of that particular Pinterest thing and going and scrolling through my Pinterest to see if I had anything that I could quickly reference for hair, and my computer just wasn't loading fast enough for me. So after I had searched Pinterest and let it load, I decided to go to Devantart, and look there, and I just looked through my favorites to see if I found any hair that I really liked, and I got inspiration from an artist that I can't remember the name of, but the link to the picture will be down in the description, which is also kind of where I got the color for the background of the definition and word. Off to the side near the hand sanitizer is my tablet, which is where I'm watching YouTube, but later on it's where I'll be referencing the word that I will be using today. So now excidentitis, I'll insert an audio clip of how to actually pronounce it. But this word basically means somebody who fakes a smile, even though all they want to do is cry and or die. I bring this word up because it's something that I do a lot, especially if I'm in a very in a very depressed mood, and I can't seem to get a hold on myself. I do this because sometimes I believe if I think that I am happy, then I will eventually be happy. Does that often work? No, not really, but I try. And that's what matters. I don't do this as much when I'm talking to my boyfriend, but that is because he genuinely makes me happy and makes me feel like a person. Going back to the drawing, the colors I will be using in this, the people are just neutral tones, browns and blacks, and the background is a purple to pink, dark purple to pink gradient, and I will be going over that with watercolor, like a light watercolor wash, and then I'll be writing the script in fountain pen, metallic marker, and again fountain pen. The fountain pens that I am using, they look really fancy, but they were literally only $2, and I got them from Five Below. I got them because I thought they really looked cool, and I was like, I could be fancy all the time, and so now I use them whenever I want to feel fancy. The colored pencils that you will see me use are, I don't remember who they're by, but I do know that I got them from Hobby Lobby and they were like $10. Also, I'm sorry if there's a large noise in the background. That is my air conditioner kicking on. It'll cut out in a minute, but so let's go on to the subject of internet tone. So if you're like me, who is mad depressed and has always been mad depressed, the way somebody comments something or says something can have a big impact on your mood, even if you don't know them. It can hurt you greatly, even if it's something minuscule that you know of. Example, I had a person, I was on TikTok specifically, going through and just listening to the audio for a second and then smashing like, because that's what I do on Instagram. I don't really look at what I'm doing. I just kind of do. And I was really sad, and I was on that teeter-totter point of being big sad and being okay. And this person, one of my TikTokers videos came up literally 5 times in a row of their sister's daggum quinceañera. I really didn't care, and I was just blowing through it as fast as possible. And they comment on one of my TikToks that I love. I did that because I am a natural girl. More often than not, my hair is in its natural state because I don't care. I, more often than not, have natural eyelashes. Anyway, so they commented on this. Now, mind you, this video has 0 comments and like 5 likes. And she comments, "Don't spam likes. It gets me shadow banned." And the way that I just said that was the way that I read that. She might have not meant it that way, but that's how I read it. Now, I know that she has a long history of being, like, bullied online for her opinions and whatnot. But take it from me, as a person who's been in speech as in speech and debate, the way that you type something has a big impact on how your audience perceives it. The way that you say something has a big impact on the way the audience perceives it. So how do we fix "don't spam likes, it gets me shadow banned"? They could have started with, "Hey, I don't think you know this, but spamming likes gets my video shadow banned," or, "Hey, getting, hey, you might get, you spamming likes, even if it's one person, could get my video shadow banned, even though I know for a fact that it takes more than one daggone person to get a video shadow banned." And the reason why this hurt me and affected me so bad was because I was already down, and it just hit me really hard. So I was affected by that. And when you type something out, you have to think about the person that it affects. I take every comment that I do as if that person was going to kill themselves. Why? Why do I do this? Because I have had so many instances where I've had to watch how I talk, where I've had to talk people out of suicide, where I've had to talk people out of wanting to die just because of one comment that started with a harsh word. And that comment might have not been meant like that, but it affected that particular person to the point where they needed someone to help them get back to their right mind. Now, you might be thinking, Quills, you might be going a little overboard on this, but I'm not. you have to take everything on a case-by-case basis. And for me personally, I take everything as if everyone is a new suicide case. Because I don't know what you're thinking when you're reading these comments. I don't know where your head's at when you're flipping through really fast on TikTok. And I really don't care. My personal thing is TikTok doesn't matter. TikTok doesn't matter. Yeah, I like to see people on there, but TikTok doesn't matter. TikTok doesn't pay you, and they can't pay you. Here's why. You're using copyrighted audio, and they can't pay you for that. Because if they did pay you for that, then they'd have to pay the original recording studio and the original artist so much more than they pay you. So what they're doing is they're cutting costs and not paying creators so that they can just pay for the audio. Because they don't want to have to deal with every single copyright strike for every time you do Never Gonna Give You Up. I'm gonna leave it at that. They're not trying to deal with that. They're not trying to deal with every single little bitty lawsuit that comes their way. They're not YouTube. They're not a big franchise. And the only way that I'd really care if I was shadow banning someone is if their content is the only way that they're making money. There's only one, maybe two TikTokers that I watch consistently whose sole income comes from their Etsy shop. And every time I see their videos, I slow down, and I like that. And I watch it till the end, even if I don't care about the topic that they're talking on, for the simple fact that that video could bring them another person to get to their Etsy shop so that they can make money, so they can one day eventually get out of their situation, is different. This person's whole deal was, oh, you're gonna get my sister's quinceañera shadow banned. It's literally just your goddamn head bopping to Queen. Okay, I love Queen. I love everything Queen. I love Bohemian Rhapsody. And that's the only song that I can think of at the moment. Guys, it's 4 a.m. I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep. And I honestly don't care about the way I don't care about the way. I don't care if you think that you're all that just because you're a big TikToker, you get thousands of views. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. Because at the end of the day, you're not getting paid for this. But you also have to realize that the people that are reading your comments are getting affected by what you say and how you say it. So back on the subject of blending and how what is it called? How the colored pencils operated. So if you can tell up near their hands where the white, what is it called? The white ink was laying down. It did not take well because of the fact that the white made the paper too smooth. And so what I ended up doing was to try and make the color more opaque with every little piece of blending that I did. And so you can see me here picking up the lighter purple and dragging it down, and me realizing that I needed a little bit more dark purple. So I drag the dark purple down to, with the dark purple, the light purple down to the midway point, and I pick up the light pink, even though I realized that I needed the darker light pink, the darker pink before the light pink, before I decided to go back in with the darker purple, because I just wanted to get the initial gradient done, kind of. And yeah, so I will go back in with the dark purple, and I'll go back in with every color and try and make the gradient more smooth before adding the watercolor in. And yeah, so I go with the lighter purple up near the hands and just drag it down just to try and get a more even and opaque coat of everything, so that it'll be easier for the colors to melt in together when I put in the watercolor. And I realized that I had started using the darker pink instead of the light pink, so that was a little bit of a mistake, but I corrected with watercolor. So there's the gradient mostly complete, and then it takes a little bit more blending. So I ended the subject with you should basically watch how you type things and realize that you need to understand that not everyone is in a safe mental space. And as I'm recording this right now, I have about 20 minutes left to say words or to overlay music. I really don't know what I'm going to do, so yeah. going to start turning my hour-long pieces into like 25-minute pieces during the during the tutorial. Well, it's kind of a tutorial, but this one was like an hour and a half long, and I cut it down to 48 minutes. And I get it, that's a very long video, especially because I have not been the person to consistently upload, and I'm gonna try and consistently upload. That doesn't mean that it'll happen though. If we all know me, then we know that my consistency is inconsistent. And yeah, it was actually quite difficult filming this because my tripod is a normal like bendy tripod that wraps around stuff on a music stand, one of the like portable fold up ones. And let me tell you, getting that position just right and making sure that my phone isn't weighing too much, isn't tipping too much to get this perfect angle the whole time was very difficult. And to this day, which I recorded this I recorded this on Saturday. I recorded this, I recorded this like yesterday. No, yesterday was Saturday. I recorded this Friday, so yeah, 2 days ago. As I'm talking, it's Sunday, and this will probably be uploaded Monday or Tuesday. And as I'm doing this voice recording, that skull cup that you see there, I was supposed to be drinking tea. Still haven't drank the tea. Still have not consumed the tea. It's sitting there, which if you're anyone who is experienced with tea, that means it's got a nasty little film on it that makes it undrinkable. Actually, it's undrinkable after like 8 hours of sitting out because most tea starts to turn a little toxic, especially black teas. And that I did have in that cup. I had a nice Earl Grey, and I personally love Earl Grey. Earl Grey and Lady Grey are my top 2 favorite teas. So it's just kind of sitting there. And if you guys have any ideas on what to draw next, that would be great, because I am always looking for inspiration. Most of my inspiration thus far comes from Pinterest and Instagram. And yeah, presently I do believe I am getting my watercolor stuff. Yeah, I think I'm getting my watercolor stuff ready. Or if I'm not, I'm trying to sharpen a pencil. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention while watching this. So I started to find the coloring of the face specifically on the male subject to be quite difficult. I wanted him to be a lighter color than the female, mostly because I'm darker than my boyfriend. My boyfriend is white. In fact, he's Italian, and I am black and American Indian. So I don't know, I've kind of been trying to do that with a lot of my couple characters that I draw now. I haven't really posted any couple characters to Instagram. I just haven't felt like they were good enough. Even though 9 out of 10, everyone whom follows me on Instagram will be like, wow, your couple characters are so great, or your characters are so great, and they'd most likely love it. But I'm currently not mentally confident enough to post anything. But this will be posted to my Instagram the day that this goes live. I started to have a bit of trouble with my watercolor at this point because it wasn't sticking to the parts where I had put the white ink, but I trudged through and eventually got a gradient that I was satisfied with. And I never once cleaned my brush, so a lot of this was just it just kind of got darker instead of staying the kind of soft gradient that I wanted. But in the end, I decided that I liked it better, this more dark gradient, because then I could use the silver that I was really, 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 really wanting to use and not having to go with a darker color, which made for a perfect contrast from the original root word, to the what is it? To the meaning and the example. So yeah.
guys, I'm so glad that you could make it this far and sit through that whole 45-minute video and listen to me, and hopefully I gave you a better understanding on how you should talk to people on the internet, because you don't know how people are feeling in that moment. And yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. Comment down below if you want to see more of this video, like if you want to see more of this video, and subscribe if you're new so you can see more posts. I'm going to start posting more because I need to. This is a platform that I don't really post on. I don't really post on my Instagram either. Let's be for real, okay? I don't really post there either. But also my Instagram is linked down below, and I have another Instagram. It's specifically just about makeup and skincare, and I think it's gonna be about lifestyle as well. So there is that. Without further ado, I'm gonna let you go. Bye guys.